Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. I'm Marcia, this is Sasha, and this is Paget, and this is my 55 plus life. So today's video is a little bit different. I'm going to talk about something a little personal, and that is aging. You know, getting older is not the funnest thing I've encountered in my life, and it's not something that people really talk about, like the changes that our bodies go through and even our minds. So today I would like to share with you 5 things that help me to live a healthy, happy life as I continue to age. So I hope that these things will help you too. So the first thing I want to share is I was having some shoulder pain. Okay, it started in my left shoulder, and I do have like a small lump in this shoulder, so I always figured it was related to that. Like maybe the lump is pressing on some nerves or something like that. Because there was a point I could like feel it kind of tingle all the way down my arm. So I dealt with it for a long time, like probably a good year of this pain, you know, just figuring it's just getting old, or it's the lump, or, you know, it'll go away. And it actually finally did go away. But within 2 months of this shoulder stopping to hurt, this shoulder started hurting, and it was a different pain. It felt different, and once I had gone to the doctor, I sort of vaguely remembered lifting something and feeling something and thinking to myself, ooh, that hurt, and that was something serious, but I didn't really know what it was, and I kind of put that out of my mind somehow. So when it started hurting, I didn't equate it to that, and I just assumed it was just like this one. It's going to hurt for a little while and then it'll go away. Well, it was getting pretty darn painful. So I ended up going to the doctor, and we did x-rays on my shoulders, and I found out that I have osteoarthritis in both of my shoulders. But that still didn't explain the pain that I was having over here. And as he was doing his examination, he was pretty convinced that it was a rotator cuff injury. So this was the end of last year. So I decided, he wanted me to go have an MRI. And I decided that I wanted to wait until after the first of the year to do that, because I was getting a new insurance and, you know, just the whole deductible thing. And I knew it was going to be expensive, because even just the x-rays cost me over $1,000 out of pocket. So I let him know that I would wait until after the new year and then, you know, go have the MRI done. Meanwhile, he gave me some exercises to do. And I mean, I checked him out, but honestly, I was not consistent in doing these exercises. But what I was consistent with is I found these hertz frequencies on the web, and you know, it makes sense to me, because we're all energies, you know, we're all vibrating at some frequency. So I would think matching that frequency would, you know, stuff would start happening in your body. So I ended up, you know, going on YouTube, and I just, you know, pulled them up every night on my little pad here. This is what the girls and I sleep to. And I will put a link to some of my favorites in the description. But you can, you know, find them on YouTube. You all know how YouTube works. Put in your search, and I guarantee you're going to find some good tones. And they also have tones that are specifically for animals to help get them through, you know, scary events like fireworks and whatnot. And yeah, so like I said, I do play these for my girls quite often, and I do think they relax them a little bit. I hope they help you. So after listening to those tones for like a week or so, my shoulder pain went away, which was awesome. But just about the time my shoulder pain goes away, my hip starts bothering along with my feet. So I kind of read, it's all related to menopause, these pains that we get. And apparently plantar fasciitis is a big one. So, I was like, man, I'd get up in the morning and I'd spend the first couple of hours on my tippy toes because it hurt so bad to go down on my heel. And, well, like you guys, I watched me some YouTube and I started seeing commercials for this right here. And I'm sure you've probably seen it too. And I'm watching them and they mentioned plantar fasciitis and I was like, that just might be something that might help my feet. So I did place the order. It does everything they say it does. It vibrates. It has the red light therapy inside of it, and it wraps around your foot. So there is a little bit of a compression factor to it also when you wrap it up. And it gets my thumbs up, you guys. I do believe this is helping. My feet do not feel anywhere near the pain that they were feeling. It's literally dropped from like a 10 to a 3 on the pain scale. So yeah, if you guys are having plantar fasciitis, I highly recommend. So once I got these and realized that, hey, there's something to that red light therapy, I went ahead and picked myself up a pad, and I got this off of Amazon. I can put a link in the description. Y'all know how to search on Amazon too, though. So, but yeah, it's just a little red light therapy pad. Has a couple of different modes, and it's kind of the perfect size to just fit on my hip area. So yeah, I do place this on my hip, usually in the evening, like when I first go to bed. I'll wear it for 30 minutes. And again, I do think it's helping. My hip pain hasn't 100% gone away, but it definitely brings it down on the pain scale. So yeah, if you guys are having pain in your back, your shoulders, your hip, whatever it may be, check out some red light therapy. So the next thing I'd like to share, many of you are probably quite familiar, maybe even use it yourself, but CBD. So, this is a little salve for pain. I do put it on my hip. But for me, the better product, the product that I swear by and use pretty much every day, are the little drops. And I go with a company called Alliant. Again, I can link if you're interested. But yeah, the main thing that I use these CBD drops for, you guys, is sleeping. If I don't take a drop before I go to sleep, I usually will wake up maybe around 3 and not be able to get back to sleep. But if I take a drop of this before I go to sleep, I sleep through the night. It gets me to sleep quickly, it relaxes my body and my mind, and I fall asleep quite quickly. And like I said, I stay asleep throughout the whole night. So that's the big bonus for me. So yeah, if you guys are having trouble sleeping, check out some CBD drops. It might help you stay asleep too, just like it does me. So on the topic of sleep, my next item is going to be my pillow. I searched and tried to find myself a comfortable pillow for years. Literally years. And I just couldn't find one. They're all like, even the ones that are firm, I would still feel like my head was like going right through them to the bottom. Like there was just, so I'd fold it in half, or I'd try 2 pillows together. And then I was actually bringing my pillow and bringing the corners of it up over my shoulder. So basically I'm just sitting there with my pillow around my head, and it's cradling my head. So again, good old YouTube had a commercial about an ergonomic pillow. And I was like, because the shape of it, like it has these spots where your shoulders go. So I was literally like, hey, that's kind of doing what I'm doing with my pillow. So yeah, I went ahead and purchased this. I got mine off of Amazon. And you guys, I love this pillow. It is so freaking comfortable. I just can't even believe how much I like this pillow and how comfortable it is. So if you are having trouble finding a good, comfortable, firm, like head cradling pillow, check out an ergonomic pillow, because it just might do the trick for you, just like it has for me. I'll tell you what, you guys, I love my pillow. So my final tip is a simple one. Stay active. Seriously, it could be going for a walk. Now I'm lucky because I have dogs, so they kind of get you out walking, which is awesome. But you can go for a walk through your neighborhood. You can do things within your own home, you know, like small weights or just your own body weight. There's a lot of different, you know, exercises that even as we age that we can continue doing. I personally ride my stationary bicycle. I also have a rower that I will row on, and they're both iFit compatible. I used to use the iFit app quite frequently, well, on a daily basis. But you know what? It was like $400 a year because I had the family plan that I shared with some family members. And I found, once again, good old YouTube, there are a ton of videos that are very similar to what you would watch, you know, in the iFit app. And I just like the scenery, you know, I like being out there. Like some of the coaches and trainers on iFit were awesome, and I enjoyed what they shared and talked about. But some of them, not so much, and it was just more about the scenery that they're riding through that I enjoyed. So yeah, I have been able to find them right here on YouTube, so I watched that and ride my bike to some, you know, pretty amazing scenery. So there you go, you guys. Those are my 5 things I do to stay healthy as I age. And again, like the whole process of aging, it's not very fun. I'm not finding it to be very fun anyways. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. And of course, I don't know if this is just my generation or if other generations have this same feeling of, you know, I mean, I'm turning 57 here in a couple of days. But I'll tell you, my mind, like, it's still like, you know, late 20s, early 30s maybe is what my mindset is at. So it's hard to reconcile that, you know, when your mind is in one thought process and your body's taking you in a completely different direction. But anyways, I hope that at least one of these 5 things will help you the way that it has helped me, so that we can all stay happy and healthy as we age. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this. I do want to continue sharing just things that make life a little bit better. And again, especially as we age, because it's hard. And we haven't been through it yet, right? Right? It's all like, we're all learning as we go. But we can continue to learn. We can continue to grow. And I think that's so super important as we age. So stay tuned. My next video is going to be 5 things that I do to keep a positive mindset. So I'll see you there.